She was never the loudest in the room, never the one who demanded attention, never the soldier people expected to rise above the rest. In fact, when she first stepped into the U.S. Army, many underestimated her simply because of her size, her quiet nature, and her refusal to brag. But greatness has never required noise, only purpose, discipline, and an unshakable belief that you were born for more than the world expects. And deep inside her, that belief burned like fire. Every soldier has a moment that defines them, but hers came in a way no one saw coming. It was a mission so dangerous, so unpredictable, that even the most seasoned commanders hesitated. A mission into enemy territory, with zero visibility, collapsing communication, and intelligence reports that screamed, impossible. But history is not written by the comfortable, it is written by the courageous. When the call for volunteers went out, the room fell silent. Every soldier looked at the next, waiting for someone else to step forward. And then she rose. Calm, steady. Not with arrogance but with the confidence that purpose had chosen her. Her commander looked at her and said, "Are you sure?" And she simply replied, "Sir, someone has to do it." The mission was clear: retrieve a captured intelligence officer, before the enemy could extract classified information. Time was running out. Every second meant danger. But she moved with precision. Every step measured, every breath controlled, every decision sharp. She led her team through nightfall, using nothing but instinct, training, and willpower. When the enemy patrols multiplied, she didn't panic, she adapted. When the terrain shifted, she became the terrain. When fear tried to whisper, she answered it with action. Halfway through the operation, they were ambushed. A sudden burst of gunfire split the silence, and chaos erupted. But legends are born in chaos. While others ducked for cover, she stood up. Analyzing, recalibrating, commanding. Her voice cut through the darkness. Hold position. I've got eyes on the flank. She ran into open fire not because she was fearless, but because she understood something far greater. Courage is not the absence of fear, it is mastery over it. She neutralized the threat, guided her team forward, and pushed deeper into enemy lines. Minutes felt like hours. Failure wasn't an option. Lives depended on her resolve. Finally, she reached the compound, a hidden bunker, heavily guarded. No one knew what waited behind that steel door. But she did not step back. She inhaled, steadied her pulse, raised her weapon, and whispered to herself, "For my team, for my country." She breached the door. Inside, she found the captured officer. Wounded, barely conscious. She lifted him onto her shoulders, even though the weight was punishing. But heroes don't measure weight. They measure responsibility. She carried him out as alarms blared, as the enemy closed in from every direction. Her legs shook, her back burned, but her spirit remained unbroken. On the extraction point, the helicopter arrived under heavy fire. The team was pinned. She pushed forward, shielding the officer with her own body, refusing to let bullets stop what destiny had already written. She shouted to her team, "Move! Go! Go!" And one by one, they followed her lead, climbing into the helicopter as she provided cover with pinpoint accuracy. When she finally jumped aboard, the entire team exhaled. Not because they had survived, but because they had witnessed something rare, something unforgettable. The moment an ordinary soldier became a legend. Back at the base, her commander looked at her. Dusty, exhausted, bruised, and said just one sentence. "Today, you didn't just complete a mission. You raised the standard." They later discovered that the intelligence she saved prevented a catastrophic attack. Thousands of lives were protected, because one woman refused to step back. Her courage echoed across divisions, across states, across generations. And from that day forward, soldiers didn't speak of her as a good soldier, but as a symbol, a reminder that greatness is not reserved for the chosen. It is earned by those who choose to rise. Her story became a lesson for every young recruit, that your size doesn't define you, your gender doesn't limit you, and your silence doesn't mean you're weak. True strength is quiet, true bravery is calm, true leadership is selfless, and true legends are forged not by applause, but by sacrifice. And that mission, the mission that seemed impossible, became the mission that carved her name into the history of the U.S. Army. Not because she wanted glory. Not because she chased recognition. But because when the moment came, she stepped forward when others stepped back. And the world will forever remember that the bravest person in the room was the one no one expected.